Hello everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into a critical topic for modern organizations, performing the culture of digital, and specifically, the function of human resources in creating a digitally adept organization. Before we discuss HR's role, let's clearly define our terms. First, digitization is the simplest step. It's merely transferring manual, analog documents into digital forms, like scanning a paper file. Next, digitalization goes a step further. This involves connecting and integrating procedures to those new digital resources, automating parts of a workflow. But the real transformation is in the digital culture. This is the collective mindset and actions that actively encourage the use of technology and creativity across the entire organization. It's about how people think and act in a digital world. This is where HR becomes vital. 2. The change management framework. HR functions in digital culture, Lewin's change management model. To effectively manage the shift toward a new digital culture, we can apply a proven framework, Lewin's change management model. Cultural change is difficult, people naturally resist it. Lewin's model provides a structured approach to transition. The first stage is unfreeze. This is about preparing the organization for change. It means challenging the status quo, helping employees understand why the existing way of doing things isn't sustainable, and demonstrating the urgency for embracing digital tools and mindsets. The second stage is change itself. This is where the training, upskilling, and new processes are introduced and implemented. Finally, we have refreeze. This is vital for making the new digital practices stick. It involves reinforcing the new behaviors through policies, recognition, and integrating them into the company's core values. HR's primary function is to shepherd the organization through all three phases. 3. Leadership plan and responsibility. Effective ways to accomplish digital culture, leadership plan and responsibility. One of the most effective ways to accomplish a digital culture begins at the very top, leadership plan and responsibility. Leadership has a crucial role in setting an example for digital behavior. If leaders aren't actively using the new tools or embracing the mindset, no one else will. A great example of this is Microsoft's Satya Nadella. Digital skills become outdated quickly, so organizations must use learning and development programs to establish a culture of digital learning. An excellent example is IBM's Digital Badges system, which provides formal recognition for new digital competencies. The key benefits here are twofold. This strategy helps maintain employee engagement and ensures the organization remains competitive. Furthermore, HR can use HR analytics to find areas where skills are most needed, ensuring training resources are targeted and effective. 5. Collaborative and dynamic work environment. The right culture encourages the use of digital tools to foster better collaboration, a collaborative and dynamic work environment. This involves encouraging adaptability and flexibility for the use of digital collaboration technologies. We need to move away from rigid, siloed structures. A prominent example is Spotify's squad-based concept, which structures teams around small, autonomous, and cross-functional groups. The main benefits of this model are that they promote responsiveness and creativity. When employees feel empowered to communicate and iterate quickly using digital tools, innovation thrives. 6. Integrating digital into basic concepts. To truly refreeze the change, HR must integrate digital concepts into the organization's foundational elements. This means adapting HR regulations and company values to reward and reinforce digital behavior. HR can actively make use of recognition and internal promotions to highlight digital champions. Consider Adobe's Kickbox innovation tool. This isn't just a tool, it's a process integrated into the company DNA to encourage innovation from anyone. The primary benefit is that this approach promotes a change in perspective at every level. Digital thinking stops being a separate initiative and becomes part of the daily work ethic. 7. HR procedures inspired by technology. A fully digitally adept organization uses technology to fundamentally change how HR itself operates, HR procedures inspired by technology. This involves integrating new technologies into core HR functions. For example, Unilever uses AI for candidate screening. This has key advantages. AI-driven processes tend to include fewer judgments, reducing unconscious bias, and naturally increase productivity. Additionally, HR must use HR analytics when making decisions about hiring, performance, and retention. Data-informed decisions are faster, more objective, and ultimately more effective. 8. Key Strategies, Part 1. Slides, Key Strategies and Common Challenges. Key Strategies, first 3 points. Let's consolidate the main strategies HR should deploy. The first key strategy is to start with the support of the leadership. As we've discussed, executive sponsorship is non-negotiable for success. Second, HR must create an innovation culture. This means providing psychological safety for employees to try, fail, and learn with new digital tools and processes. Third, we must incorporate the use of technology into L&D and onboarding. Digital skills aren't an add-on, they must be a fundamental part of how new and current employees are trained and integrated into the company. 9. Key Strategies, Part 2, and Challenges. Key Strategies, last 3 points, Challenges. Continuing our look at key strategies. Fourth, it's important to adapt technology to groups. One size fits all rarely works. Different departments need different digital solutions. Fifth, we must track development using explicit metrics. You can't manage what you don't measure. HR needs KPIs for digital adoption, proficiency, and cultural shifts. Now, we acknowledge the challenges. Organizations often suffer from a lack of using technological facilities and digital skills. The technology exists, but people aren't trained to use it. There is often a natural resistance for modifications from employees. And finally, a major hurdle is when technology and culture are not coordinated, when the tools don't match the company's way of working. 10. Recommendations. Utilize digital tools for collaboration and communications, encourage continuous learning and digital literacy, implement data-informed decision-making. Recommendation. To directly address the challenges, here are the core recommendations. Utilize digital tools for collaboration and communications. This is the foundation of a dynamic environment. Encourage continuous learning and digital literacy. This directly combats the lack of skills and resistance to change. HR must make learning an embedded daily activity. Implement data-informed decision-making. This means using HR analytics not just in HR, but pushing for data-driven decisions across the company, reinforcing the digital mindset. These actions will help bridge the gap between having the technology and successfully using it to evolve the organization's culture. 11. Conclusion and key takeaway. Conclusion, recommendation, etc. To wrap up our discussion, the single most important takeaway is that digital culture is an ongoing process rather than a one-time event. It requires constant nurturing and reinforcement. HR is uniquely positioned to lead this transformation. By merging digital behavior into each touch point, from hiring and onboarding to performance management and recognition, HR must take the lead in making the digital mindset the organizational standard. 12. Thank you for your time and attention. I hope this presentation has provided a clear roadmap for your organization's digital cultural journey.